Anthony Joshua does what Tyson Fury could not do, which is knock out Ngannou and make it look like Ngannou does not belong in the same ring as him. And on paper, he shouldn't belong in the same ring as him because Joshua is a legitimate top boxer and Ngannou is an MMA fighter. And I know that he's a good striker for MMA, but it's a completely different level in boxing. And the power is completely different. And the chins are different. The speed that the punches are coming at are different. It's just a different everything. And this is with 10-ounce gloves. Imagine if Joshua hit him with 4-ounce gloves. But he did this twice now. Once versus Ngannou and once versus Wallin and Ngannou. I know they both fought Vladimir Klitschko, Fury, and Joshua, and they both fought Dylan White. But in terms of what's recent, Fury struggled with these two guys. Joshua didn't, and that's why they did this fight, because they want to show, look, Joshua's better than Fury. He can do what Fury can't do. And I think Fury is the kind of guy that needs the right opponent to motivate him. I don't think he's internally motivated or dedicated. I think Anthony Joshua is, and I think that's why Joshua, he is able to knock out and dominate much weaker opposition, whereas Fury, he'll sometimes fight down to the level of his opposition. But I just couldn't help but think when you see on the TV broadcast, when Joshua drops Ngannou for the first time, you see Tyson Fury in the crowd sitting next to Frank Warren, and he's clapping, he's there, whatever. And then the second time he hits him, Fury just sits there, calmly in the second knockdown. And then the third one, Fury didn't even move. And it just made me think throughout the whole entire fight, or really shortly after the fight, that Fury's back in AJ's shadow. That's the reality of the situation, because Fury's probably sitting in the crowd like, man, like, I should have done that. I wish I would have done that. And people would love me like this. And Joshua now is more popular than Fury. He's more beloved. And yeah, Fury has the WBC belt. But if Fury doesn't beat Usyk, what does Tyson Fury have over him? Because the only thing he had over him now is the fact that he's undefeated and he's got one of the belts. But if Fury loses to Usyk, what makes him any better than Joshua? They both lost to Usyk. He dominated the guys that you struggle with. I mean, yeah, you beat Wilder, but I just don't think that's going to be enough. So Tyson Fury's back in Anthony Joshua's shadow as far as I'm concerned. And he's kind of always been in his Anthony Joshua's shadow when it comes to the UK, since Anthony Joshua has really become a relevant figure in boxing, since the Olympic gold medal. And he'll never admit this, Tyson Fury, but I think that it bothers him. He says he doesn't care about money. He says he doesn't care about fame. He does it for the glory. But then he says something in another interview like, I'm only doing it if I get this amount of money. I think he's human. I think he cares. I think it's only natural that he wants to be as beloved as Anthony Joshua is. And I think the way that he would have to do that is he would have to beat Anthony Joshua in a boxing match. And then he might be as beloved. But it's really interesting because I said this in a different video. They want, Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury, they want what the other guy has. Anthony Joshua wants to be respected for being a good boxer, the way Tyson Fury is. And Tyson Fury wants to be loved the way Anthony Joshua is. I think Anthony Joshua is closer to being respected for being a good boxer with performances like this and the Wallin fight. And by the way, big credit to Ben Davidson, who's Tyson Fury's former trainer, for helping Anthony Joshua get back on his feet. And I like that Anthony Joshua shout out all those trainers, Robert Garcia, Angel, Derek James, Robert McCracken. He's been a class act always. And I just don't understand why people don't like Anthony Joshua. This is a guy who has always represented the sport of boxing with such class and grace, never made excuses, always fought top opposition, defended mandatories, did the rematches right away with Ruiz and with Usyk coming off losses. I think this guy, he's a very good thing to happen to boxing. He's the best thing that's happened to the heavyweight division probably since Mike Tyson, honestly. When you really think about it, how much he brought relevance back to the heavyweight division, Anthony Joshua. He's not going to say it, but he did. Nobody cared about Fury and Wilder. Not really. Some hardcore boxing fans did, but not really until Joshua was in the picture. Even when Fury beat Klitschko, it's we don't really care about that. He was the reason people care about heavyweight boxing. I remember here in the States when Vladimir Klitschko was champion and Vitaly Klitschko, they were champion, it wasn't a big deal. Nobody cared. Joshua has made boxing, heavyweight boxing, relevant, not just in America, but really the UK and globally, man. He is definitely a great representation for the sport of boxing. And even in, victory, he was very classy with the way he talked to Ngannou. Even when Wilder lost, he could have, made fun of Wilder after the Parker fight, because Wilder made fun of Joshua after Joshua lost to Ruiz. But he always takes the high road. And like Eddie Hearn said, he's a proper role model, and he is someone who represents the sport of boxing great. I don't think Tyson Fury always is. And this is coming from a big Tyson Fury fan. So what is more, like, who's closer to what? Is Anthony Joshua closer to getting more respect as a boxer, or is Tyson Fury more closer to being loved? I think Anthony Joshua is closer to being a respected boxer. So that's my take on it. I think Tyson Fury is in AJ's shadow, and the one thing that Fury had over all these heavyweights for a while was he was considered the best heavyweight. He was the most skilled. Well, if he loses to Usyk, you can't even say that anymore. So what does he have left? Besides for him being a funny guy, But the problem is, when you're a funny guy and you don't win, or you get embarrassed like you did versus Ngannou, even if you do win, you're a clown. If you're Muhammad Ali and you're talking like that and you win, you're a legend. But if he would talk like that and he wouldn't win, like, I'm talking like not whenever, you're just a clown, man. That's what it is. You're just Adrian Broner at that point. Like, people don't believe you. So that's what I got to say about that. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Peace.